Speaking Task 1. You will be asked a question about a familiar topic. You will then have 15 seconds to prepare your response, and 45 seconds to speak.
Do you prefer to pursue higher education immediately after your graduation or to first gain some work experience? Please provide specific reasons or examples to support your choice.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
I believe in the value of gaining some work experience before pursuing higher education. First, work experience can provide valuable insights into one's career goals and ambitions, helping to ensure that the choice of further study aligns with those goals. Additionally, employers often value work experience, viewing it as proof of practical application of skills. The work experience can also provide relevant, real-world examples to draw from an academic coursework, making the higher education experience more enriching and meaningful.
Speaking Task 2. You will read a short paragraph and then listen to a conversation between two people. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the conversation between two people.
What do you think?
I don't think we need to change anything.
You don't think she's right that it would be easier?
Well, I just don't think it's that difficult now. I mean, the library has a really good computer system where you can easily see what they have in their collection, see what's available and what's not.
Yeah, you can always look through the titles on the library computers.
Right, and you don't even have to have an exact title in mind. You can just look for certain types of movies or movies with certain actors or whatever.
Good point.
And as far as what she said about the staff, the people who do that work are students who really need the money to pay for books and stuff.
True.
Plus, I'm sure those students don't get paid that much to do the work, so I don't think it's going to put any strain on the university's budget.
The man expresses his opinion about the proposal described in the letter. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state his opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
The proposal in the letter suggests that students should be allowed to go into the area where videos and CDs are kept in the university library, so that they can easily choose a movie to borrow. The man disagrees with this proposal. He believes that there is no need to change anything because the library already has a good computer system that allows students to view the collection and see what movies are available. He also mentions that the current system allows students to search for movies based on specific criteria, such as actors or genre. Additionally, the man argues that the staff responsible for retrieving the movies are students who need the money and that their work does not cause any strain on the university's budget. Therefore, the man does not think it is necessary to grant students access to the storage area.
Speaking Task 3. You will read a short paragraph about an academic topic, then listen to a lecture about it. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the lecture.
Let's take an example from everyday life to understand this concept better. Let's say you have a friend, Anna. Despite being a strong advocate for animal rights and welfare, Anna enjoys eating meat. She knows that the consumption practices of the meat industry often involves mistreatment of animals before they are slaughtered, but she continues to eat meat. This is a classic case of cognitive dissonance. In this situation, Anna holds two conflicting beliefs. Animals should be treated well, but she continues to support an industry that treats animals poorly. When she is reminded of this contradiction, Anna might experience psychological stress. She may try to resolve this stress by altering one of her beliefs. For example, she may convince herself that the meat she eats comes from humane farms where animals are treated well, or she may downplay the importance of the conflict, explaining that her individual meat consumption has very little impact on the meat industry as a whole. This is just one example how cognitive dissonance theory plays out in our everyday lives.
Using the example from the lecture, explain the cognitive dissonance theory.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
Cognitive dissonance theory is when a person holds two conflicting beliefs or values at the same time, causing psychological stress. For example, Anna believes in animal welfare, but still eats meat. This causes internal conflict for Anna. She may try to resolve this conflict by convincing herself that the meat she eats comes from humane farms, or by downplaying the importance of her actions on the meat industry. This theory helps us understand how people deal with conflicting beliefs by either changing their beliefs or minimizing the conflict. So, cognitive dissonance theory shows us how people try to reduce the internal friction caused by holding contradictory beliefs.
You will listen to a lecture about an academic topic. After, you will get a question about what you heard. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. Now listen to the lecture.
Okay, so let's continue our discussion of employee compensation. Today, I'd like to discuss a less common method of compensation, namely equity-based pay. In simple terms, under equity-based compensation, employees of the business receive part ownership of the company. This is usually in the form of shares or stocks. So basically, employees are paid a usual hourly wage or yearly salary, but they also receive additional stock in the company. While this may sound like it cuts into profits, equity-based compensation could in fact help save a company money. One benefit of equity-based compensation is that it stops employees from leaving. Staff turnover, which is when employees quit, can be a big expense for many companies. Initial training takes weeks or even months, and is costly since trainees are not yet ready to contribute to the company's bottom line. Some businesses feel that offering equity to employees makes them less likely to leave. The reason is that equity compensation plans typically reward employees with more stock the longer they stay with the company. Not only can a company save money by utilizing an equity-based pay structure, but they may actually generate more profits by paying their workers in this manner. You see, another potential advantage of providing employees with stock options is that they are more likely to work harder to ensure the long-term success of the business. After all, if the company does well, its stock value will go up, and any employee who owns equity will see their personal wealth rise too. Indeed, employees may actually go above and beyond their normal work duties to share information about their work on social media, email, and in conversation about their great job and its unique pay structure.
Using points and details from the talk, explain what equity compensation is and why companies might offer it to employees.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
Equity compensation is a method where employees get ownership in the company through shares or stocks on top of their regular salary. Companies might offer this to employees to prevent them from leaving, as staff turnover is costly and time-consuming. By offering equity, employees are more likely to stay with the company long-term and work harder to ensure its success. This could lead to higher profits for the company in the long run. Additionally, employees who own stock in the company may promote it through social media or word of mouth, which can also benefit the business. In essence, equity-based compensation can help companies save money on training and turnover costs, while also motivating employees to contribute to the company's growth and success.